This is a brief tutorial to show teachers and lecturers how they can get started with the smart boards. It's just a really quick guide to how you can start writing with a smart board, particularly if you're using one of the older style boards. So you get into the classroom and you need to find these two cables, the projector cable and the smart board cable. They both need to be attached into your laptop or your computer. Once you've done that, you should be able to start projecting whatever's on the screen of your laptop up onto the main big screen in the room. Best thing to do at this point is to just check the two right hand side areas that I've circled here are both switched on. So the board needs to be on and also the green light needs to be on to show you that the smart software is working. These two buttons here at the bottom front of the board are really important. You need to hold them down and then pick up a pen to start the orientation process. So you can see in this next piece of video, here I am orientating the black pen, and I'm basically just clicking the pen in the little space in the middle of the shape, and that's going to mean all my writing is going to line up properly. So once I'm in PowerPoint here and I go up to the top to ink tools, I've got a whole load of choices of different colours. I can have highlighters, I can change the thickness of the pen, I can also kind of change the different styles, so it gives you a little bit more variety. If I was just setting up for a class, I would do all of this checking of the pens, and then I'm going to show you a couple of different ways I would actually use the board. So here you've got a situation where I'm just doing a brainstorming session with the class. So we're putting together our ideas for events that we could do, they're shouting out different things and I'm quickly writing them up. So it's just operating the same way you would maybe flip chart paper or post-it notes. What I quite like is you can change the colour of the pen as I'm doing here, and if you make a mistake you just pick up the board rubber and rub it out. So it's kind of quite a simple thing to use and it's quite quick. The other thing I would sometimes do is if we're having a quiz or we're doing some sort of comprehension exercise, I would have the questions up and then I would take answers from the class or even get somebody to come up and write up answers as they're doing here. And again, that's quite a good way of kind of checking everybody's understanding. The other really useful thing you can do is be able to board up calculations. So showing somebody a final calculation isn't always ideal because they don't get the steps of the process, whereas being able to write up on the board, you can stop and pause through the steps of a calculation, and you could even have different students come up and do different steps. Now all this writing that I've done in the tutorial, I'm now going to go on and save this, and then I could close the file, and if I opened up this file yet again, all my writing is still here. So I find that really useful because I can then upload the file to Moodle or to OneNote or to email it to my students, and then I just click on any bits of writing that are a bit of a mess and I can delete them out, so that kind of neatens things up a bit. The last piece of this video is just to look at how you can improve the orientation of the board. If you're working with an old board, you might find that things jump a lot and you are writing away, but your writing isn't anywhere near where you have the pen. So the best way to improve this is to go to Smart Settings and then make your way to Smart Hardware Settings. And then in here you want to choose orientation settings, and instead of the 9 points which is standard, you do a lot better if you can up it to 20 points, because that's going to give a lot more accuracy to the way the board centers the pens. So I'm just showing you this here. So I've picked up another pen, I've pressed down those two buttons, and now you can see I've got a lot more orientation points to click. If you're having a lot of problems with the pens, the best thing to do is to keep repeating this process maybe every 45 minutes to an hour.